See, y'all didn't even have to tell me. Is you with it or not? So, last week, Kevin took a defeat. He immediately asked for his rematch clause. He wanted his get back. So, his family. So his brother gave him another shot. Yeah. So this week, these are our two candidates, the brothers again. And the segment this week is who had the best basketball career, Michael Jordan or Kareem Abdul Jabbar. Now, if you don't think about basketball in those terms, a lot of times Kareem Abdul Jabbar is not mentioned as one of the greatest of all time. Hopefully, whoever gets this coin toss,
hopefully you catch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, man. They told me not to use the phone no more, so I'm gonna flip the coin, and we'll see who gets who. All right, who's calling it, or do I call it?
You tell us who calls it.
Who called it last time?
Kev.
You call it this time.
All right, tails.
Heads.
Ooh, okay.
It's about time, Kev.
So, Kev,
who you picking?
I'm picking the artist formerly known as Kareem.
Ooh.
He want that victory.
Okay.
So, who goes first, Dev?
I'm going to steal this from you, Kev, but to quote 8 Mile, let that bitch go first.
Okay.
Ready, Kev?
Let's
go.
Do it. All right. So, Mr. Kareem Abdul Jabbar, born at birth as Lou Alcindor, by far has the most accomplished basketball career ever, and that's including his time in college to the NBA. He started his career at UCLA's first game as a collegiate athlete, scored 56 points. He won 3 titles at UCLA, probably would have won 4 if it wasn't for the ridiculous freshman rule that kept him off the court his first year. He was a part of the dynasty that won 88 straight games and only just 2 losses in his time there. And I think what people like to say is that Kareem didn't necessarily make an impact until he came to LA, which is just flat out false. His rookie season in Milwaukee, he turned that 27-win Bucks team to a 55-win playoff team, second in the Eastern Conference. So he made that immediate impact. Ended up winning a title in just his second year after he led the league in scoring. Ended up winning 3 MVPs in his first 5 seasons, and then ultimately decided that Milwaukee was too much of this side of the hand and not much this side. He ended up getting traded to LA, where the greatness continued. The transition was ultimately seamless. He led the league in rebounds, blocks, and minutes. And then after the team acquired Magic Johnson, Kareem was still the team's focal point, winning the MVP just a year later, 1980, and ultimately broke Wilt Chamberlain's record in 84, and then won the championship and the Finals MVP in 85. He averaged, for the 20 years that he played, he averaged 20 and 10 for 12 of those years. He had the most indefensible shot in NBA history with the sky hook that he can
Fake
still
right,
hit.
go left, sky hook. I'm sorry.
Ask Dr. J. We have it on tape. At the time of his retirement, Jabbar held the record for most games played in a single season, most points, field goals, most minutes played. The GOAT.
Kev, now, but before we move on to me, when you made the reference in Milwaukee, too much of this part of the hand, it looks both the same. That was the question I was going to ask.
Wait a second.
That was the question. We can still see the middle finger.
Ready?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
And you forgot highest scorer of all time, but go ahead, Dev. Start.
I said it then.
There's been no one that has changed the way basketball has been consumed like Michael Jordan. He's the global icon that every athlete aspires to be in any sport. We have a whole segment on this show, on our history show, that asks, who's the Michael Jordan of said sport? Enough said. He helped bridge the gap between the era between Magic and Bird. He made plays that no one had ever seen before, and he made the visibility of the NBA. He took that to higher heights than anyone's ever seen. We all know about his 6 titles, his accolades, his 5 MVPs, his 2 different three-peats, his 10 scoring titles. People think of him as a scorer. He averaged 30 points a game, the only person ever to average over 30 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and people mention him as a volume shooter, but he shot over 50% for his entire career. If not for baseball, he might have had 8 rings in the 90s, 8 in a row actually, where he stopped all-time greats like Patrick Ewing, Barkley, Malone, and Stockton from all getting rings, and Hakeem might not have got his as well if he would have played. When he retired, the entire league suffered. They didn't have a face of the league. Viewership went down and showed that. He affected the entire economy of a sport. There was a study done by some students in college that said that when he did return from his first comeback, that he increased the market capitalization of his client firms by more than $1 billion. Most big-time firms do $10 billion. One person did $1 billion. He came back. He won 3 straight ships. He won 72-10 in the 96 season, and they actually finished the job by winning, unlike Golden State did last year. If he doesn't retire twice, he might have more points than Kareem and more rings. He's the first athlete to actually create a brand for himself to where 14 years after he's retired, it still resonates. He had the first shoe where people were lining up overnight to buy the shoes, and people were getting killed for trying to rob and kill for them. His career is what every athlete aspires to be, and he's considered to go on and off the court.
Now, I'm supposed to be judging today, but I'm going to let the person who brought this forward answer the question. Who won the debate?
Fake right, go left, skyhook. Now, here's the thing. Devin had a great argument, and the only reason why he loses is because he says, if.
If, hey, to quote Slug, the great philosopher, if butts was candies and nuts, Christmas would be every day.
If he would have stayed, we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation. But also, that's why I asked the question, who had the best basketball career, because there's no person alive.
Even go back to high school.
High school. I think he lost only 2 games in high school.
He only lost 2 games in high school, and they won the mythical national championship his junior year, and they were runner-up second.
Yeah, he has no person alive has had a total career.
Not to mention they outlawed the dunk for 10 years in college because he was so dominant, which is why he developed that fake right, go left.
And and one of the reasons why I love this argument is because people are so obsessed with their eyes and all they see, and they see Jordan flying high.
Yeah. It's highlights.
It's highlights. Yeah, it is. But the numbers don't lie, man. The man was dominant in an era where the world was not meant for him.
Yeah. Something interesting about the two, though, that both Jordan and Kareem only missed the playoffs twice each in their respective entire careers. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.